So, major outcome has finally been revealed in the Jay-Z Rymir paternity case. This has been ongoing for so long, so many interviews, litigation, new court filings, so much has been happening, and finally we have come to a decision. The courts have come to a decision. It looks like there isn't actually going to be a hearing happening. A long-running paternity suit filed against Jay-Z was officially dismissed with prejudice in California on Tuesday, meaning that Rymir and this case is now completely finished and it cannot be refiled again. A woman named Lily Coley told the court she is the godmother and legal guardian of a man named Rymir who might be the son of the musical icon Jay-Z. Coley said that Rymir, who was in his early 30s, was fathered by Jay-Z in the mid-1990s. Coley said the late Wanda, Rymir's mother, had spent almost 20 years trying to have courts in New Jersey and Pennsylvania establish Jay-Z's paternity of Rymir. But the litigation came to an end, officially, today. The court has read and considered the motion to dismiss the case and concluded that it is suitable for decision without oral argument. Wow, without oral argument, guys, said a judge for the United States District Court, Central District of California. This is a big day for Jay-Z. This is a day of celebration for him. He can finally put this behind him because it's been ongoing for so long. And I can imagine that for him, that this is just a headache and a waste of legal fees. We have to get into this top story that has just dropped. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's get into this top story because I had a whole different video that was planned to come out before, but this has completely taken over because everybody is discussing this. In one instance in the heated case, according to court documents, Coley said that Jay-Z and his team had engaged in abuse of the legal process for more than a decade. This was accomplished by leveraging sealed court orders, false filings, and procedural technicalities, Coley said in legal documents. Rymir told Daily Mail last December that he wanted the Empire State of Mind artist Jay-Z to take a paternity test. I really want to resolve this. I want to resolve this and get this matter done. I really do. I don't want any money from this man. I just want the truth. My mum passed away during this case and I really feel like I have unfinished business. He really believes that Jay-Z is his biological father. He told Daily Mail, if he is not, why can't he prove me wrong? Go to the courtroom and do what everyone else has to do. I've been through a lot. Well, you know, the courts completely think otherwise. They have officially stated that Jay-Z doesn't need to take no test and that everything has been dismissed. And we're going to get into some live reactions here because a lot of people are speaking online and somebody tweets, only money can do this. If you are not the father, then simply take the test. Again, people are repeating, I never heard someone fight not to take a DNA test. Somebody was paid off. No DNA needed. Jay is that young man's father. People are saying, why not just take the test? That's his son for sure. Super weird. You messed around with his mum while she was underage. Why not just get the test and get it over and done with? Somebody else says. Somebody states DNA can be tied to previous crimes, some of which have no statute of limitations. Paternity may be the least of Sean Carter's worries. He was a drug dealer. No telling what he did prior that may come back to him through his DNA. Therefore, this is why he's refusing. Somebody said, judge was paid off because when does this ever happen? Somebody responds and says, a lot actually, that this does happen. When you take somebody to court, you have to prove in order to request their DNA. That's why most women do it through child support court. But in this instance, the mum and his real father have already said they did DNA testing and that this man is completely delusional. Other people are saying he better stalk him and find a cigar or cup or something to get that DNA. If you have to do all of this to avoid giving him a DNA test, you are most certainly the father. So these are a lot of the comments on the blogs that are posting this, and it makes you look at this conversation. It seems that people in the general public, well, you know, the general public is quite big, so maybe one side of social media or the side that are on the blogs are looking at this conversation and are very confused. Why would this be immediately dropped like this? There was a hearing that was meant to take place, I believe, in early December in regards to this, and it looks like that isn't going to happen either because the judge has stated that this can be dismissed without an oral argument being necessary. When has something like that ever taken place? Do we think that the judge was paid off? Do we think that the judge, was influenced in one way or another? I mean, it's quite possible that things went that way. I personally think that that could have been a avenue, because when it comes to courts and judges, there's so much corruption and so much happens in different states. All you need to know is know somebody quite personally, have some funds, and things can just go away quite quickly for you if you are somebody that is a multi-billionaire. It is very disappointing for Lily Coley and for Rymir. Extremely disappointing news that has basically been revealed. And I do think that, it's an uphill battle for Rymir, but it's no longer uphill. The battle has stopped. He can't do anything here now. He can't refile it. It's been dismissed with prejudice. I'm going to read it out for you guys again. The court has read and considered the motion to dismiss the case and concluded that it is suitable for decision without oral argument. Now, this specific case that has been dismissed is not a paternity case. There is some confusion here with that conversation, and it can be quite frustrating. This case was Lily Coley, who was coming against Jay-Z because she was stating that things were going on that were quite corrupt, wanting a protection order as well, and basically wanted to help Rymir, obviously. But what Lily Coley was coming with is not even telling this man to take that damn test. That's what Rymir was saying, and that case was stopped. This case with Lily Coley has been dismissed, which is related to Rymir, but it's not specifically directly a paternity case, and that's where a lot of people are getting this wrong. Now, what I do think is that Jay-Z is going to be angry. He's going to be really upset by the fact that Lily Coley has basically come out to try to defend Rymir, come through, ask for a protection order, ask for a restraining order, ask for, the fact that there's an abuse of a legal process and, all of this stuff. He's wasted so much legal fees, Jay-Z, on this. He is going to be coming for money. I do believe that he's going to be asking for attorney fees. He's going to find a way to recover this. This is going to be probably the next court filing from Jay-Z and his lawyers in the next couple of weeks, with a statement to basically state that they are happy that their client has won. He is happy that he can put this all behind him. He thought he could have with Rymir, tried to get Rymir to pay attorney fees, that didn't work out, and then Lily Coley came in with this, and obviously we're trying to help Rymir, and basically state that this man was somebody who was abusing the legal process and etc., and all of that did not work out for her in this favor, because her case against him has basically been completely dismissed. So this specific one isn't a paternity case. This is not the paternity case. He could have been taking that test a while ago and none of this would have been happening, yes, but this one specifically is not the paternity case. This is Lily Coley's case, and that has been dismissed. Having considered the party submissions, the relevant law, and the record in this case, the court grants this motion. California anti-SLAPP statute allows a defendant to file a special motion to strike any cause of action against a person arising from any of that person, in furtherance of the person's right of petition of free speech. Acts in furtherance of the right of petition include any written or oral statements or writing made before a judicial proceeding or made in connection with an issue under consideration or review by a judicial body. The purpose of the anti-SLAPP statute is to allow early dismissal of meritless First Amendment cases aimed at chilling expression through costly, time-consuming litigation. I'm going to repeat that again for you guys. The purpose of the anti-SLAPP statute is to allow early dismissal of meritless First Amendment cases aimed at chilling expression through costly, time-consuming litigation. Defendants in federal court can bring anti-SLAPP motions to strike state law claims and are entitled to attorney fees and costs when they prevail. Wow. Yeah, Jay-Z's coming for blood. Plaintiff raises 5 claims. For the deceit by concealment claim, plaintiff alleges the defendant intentionally and knowingly concealed material facts regarding his contact with the state of New Jersey, in a violation of his duty to disclose these facts during judicial proceedings. This is what is being accused. This is what the plaintiff is raising 5 claims. This is not the paternity case. This is about Lily Coley, what she's raising against Jay-Z. This has been dismissed. Plaintiff alleges that this constituted an affirmative and calculated effort to mislead courts, obstruct justice, and prevent plaintiff from asserting her legal rights. For the abuse of process claim, plaintiff alleges the defendant willfully misused the judicial process by denying owning property in New Jersey and leveraging sealed court orders, false filings, and procedural technicalities. For the IIED claim, plaintiff alleges that defendant concealed and misrepresented material facts, made denials under oath, manipulated court procedures to seal records, suppress evidence, and bar plaintiff from presenting their claims, and participated in court orders that gagged plaintiff and punished her with sanctions and injunctions. On the NIED claim, the plaintiff alleges that defendant negligently concealed and misrepresented material facts concerning his minimum contacts with the state of New Jersey. Finally, on the unjust enrichment claim, plaintiff again alleges that defendant knowingly and deliberately concealed material facts regarding his ties to the state of New Jersey. As is evident from plaintiff's allegations, all of these claims are based on protective activity and that they seek to impute liability for statements and omissions made in the course of litigation. Because these claims are premised on written and oral statements made during litigation, as well as conduct and furtherance of these statements, they fall within the protection of the Anti-SLAPP statute. Because these claims are premised on written and oral statements made during litigation, as well as conduct and furtherance of these statements, this all falls within the protection of the Anti-SLAPP statute. Here, defendants' alleged statements and omissions made during prior judicial proceedings are not merely incidental to some other unprotected conduct, because they represent the bulk of the allegations underlying the cause of action. This is really sad news for Rymir, for Lily Coley, for everything that they've done. His case dropped a while ago. This case is not a paternity case from Lily Coley. These are the 5 claims. This has also been dropped, and I feel like Jay-Z is going to be coming for money. Jay-Z is basically going to come for her now. I don't know what she's going to do. Perhaps file an appeal in response to this. I'm not really sure. I don't even think that she has enough money to cover any attorney fees that this man's going to be granting or asking for. On top of that, perhaps he might even say that he's been stressed from this. He probably wants some more money from it. We don't know. But one thing about Jay-Z is that if you bother him in court and if you lose, then the man is going to be really upset and try to come for you. He did the exact same thing to Busby, but in Busby's case, Jay-Z lost in regards to defamation cases. The judge did not grant him that defamation, and so therefore Busby is financially intact and does not need to give Jay-Z any money. But in other cases, Jay-Z might even now go even harder, because he also lost against Busby with the defamation stuff and asking for coin and etc. So he might need to get that coin from somewhere else, or I don't think he even needs the coin, but he's going to use her and make her an example, and therefore go even harder in on her, because that in itself is probably just stressing her out. I don't know, because it stressed him out as well. Yeah, crazy story, top story, guys. Wanted to get into this litigation. I wanted to read the court documents later on in the fourth quarter of this video, because I wanted to explain everything first before we got into the court documents. Sometimes when you're just doing an introduction and you're going straight into court documents, it can just be a lot, so I'd rather want to just space it out, and that's why this video is much longer than my usual 8 to 10 minutes. Do subscribe, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, because it is nearly 4 a.m. and I was about to go sleep, but when a top story comes out ASAP, I have to just get onto it. Unfortunately, with the time difference here in London, I normally have to be up really late, and it can be quite frustrating. So please do click that button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It's hard work out here reading all of this and reading these court documents. Do subscribe, comment down below, send a tip if you guys wish to. There's a $sign there. Comment down below. Please click that button to subscribe, please, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.